Oh no, after the debacle, of course, that's happened over the last few days with Harry and Meghan as she bravely battles on, trying to keep that Instagram account going and posting things, of course, like that lovely lemon cake, a little bit burnt around the edges there, Meghan, but let's not bother too much about that. Well, of course, there's other problems now looming. We're not just talking about the now beleaguered charity centre Bali, but this too, as ever. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've got the giggles. You do kind of laugh at things because you think away, how on earth could you be so dim to keep making these mistakes time and time again? And this is part and parcel of the problem that you have with people who are ill-equipped to manage themselves. You know, this is the reason why you have these colossal people behind you. Big stars, it doesn't matter who you are. Barbara Streisand has a lot of people behind her, but she's good at one thing: directing, acting, producing. She's not a manager, she's not a business person, and she'd be the first to say that. But then that's not her talent, and it's very difficult, isn't it? What is the talent of Meghan Markle? Prince Harry was born to be a prince, and he did that job very well until he was snatched away and forced, of course, to go and live in virtual hostage style over in Montecito, allegedly. Now, what I find fascinating about the whole setup with Harry and Meghan is truly this. You see, behind the scenes, as you can imagine, things are literally imploding. But Meghan is very good, let me tell you, according to ex-staff members, of simply shutting down the latest drama, the latest problem. She just focuses on what she's doing. And whatever's crumbling around her, you know, people crying, resigning, leaving, storming out, well, it's not her problem. You know, she's sort of moved on to the next thing. But the next thing now does include her. You see, the problem that you have is when you go out and you make these very grandiose statements, and Meghan's made plenty, hasn't she, you know, about the fact that there was a fire in Archie's nursery, turned out to be nothing more than a bit of a whimper, doors away, nothing near his nursery at all. But the drama to exploit, of course, and to make sure that you get the headlines, and of course it's always the poor victim, Meghan. What about Archie? He didn't really get much of a look in on that story, did he? Fascinating. But here again is where this gets really intriguing, because if you remember last year they did these couple of fake royal tours, one of them to Colombia, where basically the deputy president or whatever said she just booked them because she watched their TV series and liked the look of them. That was the whole basis of the booking. I mean, embarrassing or what, right? Now again, this was more fascinating because when they went to Nigeria, of course, Nigeria was going to be the big thing, wasn't it? It was the, you know, the big launch, as it were. There they were, fake royals, mincing around, clapping away, having the anthem played for them. And Meghan was 43% Nigerian, remember that? Yeah, well, 43%, just, yes. Forget the Maltese and the Irish, we'll just stick to that right for now. Well, apparently, they're still waiting for this confirmation. You see, nobody saw it and nobody questioned this. I find this is the bit that I find incredible. So they hoof out for all of this very expensive trip to Nigeria. And did Meghan come along with the documentation saying, well, here's the genealogy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Meghan, maybe you did. Perhaps you'd like to share it, maybe even on Instagram, right? But apparently at that time, even though Harry announced at the Invictus Games that his wife, of course, was now 43% Nigerian, and as we all know, she managed to squeeze out the soap story again, and he was clapping there like a seal. Well, the bottom line is they're still waiting to see. Now, where I find this fascinating, really, truly fascinating, is how difficult would that have been? You know, they could have put it in a frame, maybe in one of the schools or the museums. They were very proud. They gave her a name, if you remember, and she said she'd wear that with pride. Never mentioned it since, not even popping up on the Instagram. So while Santa Bali might be crumbling, Nigeria is literally rumbling too, and this is not going away. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.